Nothing you do for the Lord is ever a waste. Never. And he'll never forget the good works that you do. Again, it's so amazing. Imagine if she would have turned around and asked the opinion of the disciples. This would have never happened. They would have said, oh, well, you need to give us that flask so we can sell it. Judas probably being the first one. Well, I got to take my cut. You know? Again, it was misplaced. Think about what would have happened if she would have went to go and get advice. So you think I ought to do this? Well, we think you ought to sell it. You can get this much money for it. You can give it to the poor. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I just better hang on to it for myself. After all, it's my dowry. It's for my wedding. Who's going to marry me if I don't have anything to give back? But again, she didn't go and consult. She didn't get any advice. She just went and did what was in her heart for the Lord. And she was blessed for it. Again, that's not to say that getting advice is a bad idea. But I think we forget that the primary reason we get advice is to get confirmation for what Jesus is telling us to do. Again, to get that advice is good. There's safety in a multitude of counselors. But when Jesus is telling you something to do, you need to be careful. You need to go with the attitude that I'm just going to confirm, maybe to make sure I'm on the right track and I'm not veering off to the left or to the right, but I'm staying in the center. And that's why we should get advice from leadership or from a godly brother or sister. You know, and so again, we need to make sure that we're on the right track. Now, this woman, she didn't need advice. She already knew what to do, where to do it, and how to do it. And she went and did it. Again, she went over and did exactly what was right in the eyes of the Lord. But that's not going to stop well-meaning dragons. What do I mean by well-meaning dragons? Well, these are the people in the church. They're well-meaning dragons. Look at who was criticizing the disciples. And they would maybe have offended Jesus by saying, what a waste. Well-meaning dragons are people who mean well, but when they open their mouths, they just burn you. They burn you with their comments and with whatever they think you should do. They make you feel bad.